Когда я сочиняю музыку, знаете, что сразу делаю?
Ricky Gervais may have a return performance for the show's theme music this year will be new. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association chose a Japanese rock and roll
ทาย
legend
สิ
with
คะว่าใคร
roots
อันนี้ต้องทายค่ะเดี๋ยวแบบบอกเลยโยชิกิ X Japan ค่ะร็อกเกอร์ซุปตาร์ของญี่ปุ่นโยชิกิแห่งวง X Japan ได้รับเลือกให้แข่งเพลงประจำงานนะคะ
Yoshiki and his band, called X Japan, are mounting a Japanese invasion.
Japan is going to be the site of the 2005 World Exhibition.
We love
Domo, Yoshiki desu. Thank you very
Yoshiki, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
It's a very, very familiar melody, especially for the people who live here in Japan. It's a really, really beautiful piece. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to move on into our special session today, and it's a panel discussion. So I would like to ask a very special guest, and I'm sure you have to have another person out here if you want to have a panel discussion. So we're going to ask him to come out from his seat just now. He is the chairman and CEO of Rakuten Incorporated, also the representative director, Japan, Association of New Economy, Mr. Hiroshi Mikitani. Would you give him a big, warm round of applause? Thank you very much. So we're going to get started with our panel discussion. I know a lot of people have already taken a lot of pictures, but we'd like to ask you please to refrain from taking pictures and video during the session. 先ほど結構、たくさんの方々ですね、写真などを撮られているかと思いますけれども。
I know that many people have taken photos and videos already, so from now onwards, all photographing and video taking is prohibited.
Our discussion, so that we got the both of you here. First off, I'd like to kick things off by asking a very general question. So our theme for today is going to be AI, artificial intelligence. So recently, there have been a lot of headlines coming out, about, for instance, the Google AI beating a Go master, and it was widely publicized all over the world. Also, recently, AI programs have been kind of giving advice to physicists on new experimental ways to conduct their research. What I'd like to ask the both of you is what you think the impact of AI is on our society now and what it will be in the future. Please start.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing event, the Economy Summit 2016. I was here last year, and they had an amazing time again. So anyway, so let's start from, I think Miki can start first.
Well, we never imagined that artificial intelligence we could become so powerful. But as a matter of fact, we are seeing acceleration of advancement of artificial intelligence. So the basic theory of artificial intelligence is human brain is digital anyway, because human brain is connected with synapse, and there is the electronics going through your brain. So from the beginning, AI researchers' basic concept is human brain is digital. Now computers are connected with the network, so internet itself can become as if it's a neural network of the brain. So standalone computer and network AI is completely different. It's all this auto driving and everything is happening because it's controlled by server side and they're gathering all these intelligence and a different perspective to the collective intelligence of computers.
I have a question though. Is AI, artificial intelligence, is it dangerous for the future? So there's something controversial going on. Like some people are saying, we should not really develop that far or so.
Yeah. So the most famous story is that my friend Elon Musk was quite against the artificial intelligence, and he think it's going to be dangerous. He think something like Terminator will take place because if it's digital, that's something which thought only human can do can be done by network. So like emotion, like ethics, love, everybody thought this is the privilege of human being, but maybe that's not the case. So I think some people are quite worried about the possibility that if everything is connected, maybe computer will find a way to hack to the defense system of the United States and the push button of nuclear bomb.
That's scary. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. I think I don't think we should be too worried about it, but we should be always monitor the risk.
Wow.
I think, sometimes in the West, there seems to be this idea that AI, it could be dangerous. But it also seems that sometimes, especially in Japanese, popular culture, you have things like Doraemon or Pepper that SoftBank has come out with. There seems to be more that there's this idea that it's not going to be so dangerous, that it's going to help people's lives and sort of be there as an assistant or a helper to people. What do you think about that side of the coin?
Well, I mean, as a musician, right? So I'm predicting. So, I mean, if we put all those hit data to the computer, like past 60 years or whatever, so they can analyze what kind of chord progression, what kind of melody will really touch people's heart. So I said it last time I was here too, but eventually we're gonna be competing, like me, like a composer, we're competing against AI's composition. Who can really create the great, like a chess player, right? Now AI is beating the really master chess player. So eventually AI is gonna start creating the amazing songs.
So we're gonna see some AI, the music on a hit chart.
I think so, yeah.
Which is not so fun.
Yeah, but at the same time, there gotta be something human can be better than AI. So, I mean, AI is gonna replace a lot of occupation, right? So I saw like top 10 list, AI is gonna take over as with a job. Then nobody's gonna think music is part of that, but can be. But at the same time, trying to figure out what's humans better than AI.
So the question is whether is music digital or not?
I'm sorry?
Is music digital?
Exactly. Actually, music is all about digital, all about mathematics. It's like, I was pretty good at math actually when I was in school, so because it's all about calculating, even the pianissimo or fortissimo. That can be also how strong you hit or how fast, as long as those chord progression or there's actually a composer called Berg. They use same amount of note, same time throughout the song, something like that. That sounds really weird, but kind of interesting. So yeah, music is all about math actually. But there's something you can go something beyond mathematics, but beyond digital, beyond computer things, music can do. So.
Do you think the main difference perhaps is context? Sometimes if I think I was going to listen to a piece of music that I knew was composed by perhaps an algorithm or by AI, and then I listen to something that's made by a human, and I know when it's made by a human that they have something they want to say to me, there's something they've experienced, it's something that they want to get out from their heart to mine, and maybe it's not so much that way with a computer. So what do you think is the main difference? Do you think that could be the main difference, or do you think that there's some kind of other thing, something special that we have that maybe computers don't? The ability to collaborate or something perhaps?
Well, let's see, something like improvisation, for example. So can really AI improvise, depends on somebody's, face, somebody's very happy face or angry face, it translate into the music or melody or chord progression. Can they do that? I mean, they may, but I don't know. So something, because when I compose using a music score and then just keep writing. But sometimes out of nowhere, a melody just comes from somewhere, from the sky or something like this. It's something unexplainable, that.
Well, if I can counter-argue about the music is digital or not, I think I'm now the chairman of Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra. I think music is not just about digital, science, but it's about story, right?
Right.
So your music is representing your perspective about life, your experience. It's your life. So when we did last year, Yoshi-san kindly joined, but the Symphony No. 9 of Beethoven at last year end, and we have found that the conductor makes a huge difference. The original speed of the Symphony 9 was very fast, but all these famous conductor made their own version, representing their own taste and their own view. So conductor can make a big difference, and obviously, the artist is not just performing, but I think they are kind of how do you call it, showing and sharing their lifestyle and,
That's right.
and so forth and so forth. So that's why people like to go to concerts.
Right, even the same song. Actually, I was there. Mikitani-san kindly invited me to that. Beethoven's Symphony 9 concert at the.
It was very fast.
Yeah, very fast, but it was very touching. Yeah. Also, that was also there's Seoul Symphony and Tokyo Symphony collaborating at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It's like, so it depends on the conductor. It's the same song, but they can describe or sounds completely different. Yeah,
so music
true.
is life.
That's so true. Yeah. Coming from Mikitani, it's very convincing too. So there's
I do lots of karaoke.
this Mikitani-san.
What's that?
It's a tact, whatever. How do you say in English this one?
It's a baton.
Baton. Like I usually do drumsticks, but Mikitani-san, do you want to conduct? We're thinking of doing some kind of experimental thing. Let's see. We talked about improvisation, so maybe Mikitani-san can conduct.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You can
That's a really bad idea.
Anything that I can just improvise. I swear to God, I don't have any music score or anything right this moment. But from Mikitani-san's emotion, I can translate it to music. Should I try that?
Shall we try it?
Oh my God.
I knew there had to be a reason
This
that
is the
baton was
most
sitting there.
difficult-
It's been sitting there since about 11 a.m. this morning. So, okay, so we're going to see how this is going to work out. Mr. Mikitani, have you ever conducted before? No. Okay. 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 マジでとおっしゃってますけど He's like, really? Are you sure we're going to do this? Okay, but you're here and you're ready, so take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Hiroshi Mikitani and YOSHIKI in concert. So that was it really wasn't an impromptu session. I know, I joked about the baton being there on the stage, and it was, but actually neither one of them knew what they were going to be doing until just a second ago. How do you feel about what you just did, and in reference to maybe our previous discussion about AI?
Well, first of all, I was extremely nervous.
You conduct business all the time, right? So you're the conductor of the
I'm
music
conductor of
business
business, but I'm kind of a shy guy, But I think really it was very, very emotional, and this kind of a connection between your emotion and the music being played is very, very special and very, very moving to me.
I was trying to look at Mikitani-san's face expression. So it's like being really nervous and becoming very happy and happier, and then just try to make it a kind of minor to major chord progression, I guess. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very
So
much.
maybe in the future we can look forward to some further collaborations
I
between the
think
two of you.
we should develop the app, which you can do a conductor, and we will have automatic Yoshiki robot conducting
Yoshiki robot.
music. Oh, that's not the point. Then only you can do it.
That's, well, Yoshiki robot sounds great because when I'm, I usually have to play drums and piano at the same time. So well, Yoshiki robot can do, one of those.
But maybe we can start the paid service that you can do music for.
That's-
they will send you a video. And
That's a very good idea.
Well, having the app would definitely make you a lot less nervous, wouldn't it, right? Okay, so I think also after this we do have maybe another piece coming up that Yoshiki is going to be performing for us, I believe.
yeah, so initially, Yoshi-san was only going to perform one music, but would you please one more, just for the audience?
Sure, for sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mikitani-san, so thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing event, and thank you everybody, for coming here. It's like we are talking about the future and the AI. It's one of the most important event, in Japan right this moment, I guess. So, thank you for having me here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. So we get one more very, very special performance by Yoshiki. And Mr. Mikitani, if you'd, please, I think you'd probably get a better view of the performance from the seat down there. Would you please? Oh, please, I was sorry, Mr. Mikitani. So if you would, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna play one more song, which is ex-Japan song. Song called Endless Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Endless Rain by YOSHIKI. Another round of applause. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。